So I want to talk about um, abandoning your dreams. And abandoning your dreams is something like the opposite of finding them in the first place. I think that there is a particular sort of person who dreams a lot, and I expect I was one of those. I don't know if I've changed, probably haven't. And this is the sort of person who's got a lot of potential. Let's say a lot of potential, and they have a lot of ideas, and it feels to them like it's a short hop from having ideas to manifesting them in the world. And this is the kind of person who will have a childhood and then have an adolescence and enter into adulthood and want to do all kinds of stuff. And this is extraordinarily negatively impactful on their success in any of those things. So my argument is that those things need to be examined. They need to be ranked. And at some point, looking at, say, some people say, oh, what's your 6-month, your 3-year, your 5-year plan? And some people can't answer that because it's an idea that doesn't make any sense at all, because planning doesn't really work. And this sort of person would need to take a look at the things that they've wanted to do. And it could be everything from learning to play the piano to cross-country motorcycling, or it could be all kinds of things. And sometimes they're little and it can be done and get them out of the way as one of kind of like an early life bucket list. And it's strange because sometimes we walk right next to these opportunities that we've wanted to at least attempt, and we'll walk past it again and again and again and never actually do it. Like, I'm learning to draw. Well, and by learning to draw, I mean I bought the supplies and I tried it for a few days. So for me, that's learning. It's on my mind. It's close enough. But all that took was some Googling to get some kind of vague idea of what's going on. Because you make assumptions about everything. Oh, it seems easy to do such and such. I mean, all you need is pencil and paper, right? And I could go into enough detail. It hasn't been so long that I've forgotten. But now I could go into enough detail that I can tell you about why the different kinds of pencils are graded in the way that they are. I can tell you about different kinds of paper. And sometimes when you have access to something as simple as the internet, you can at least go and find out. If you're interested in the piano, go and find out. Like, how expensive is a piano? What can I start with? And it turns out, well, maybe you can just get a piece of software that turns your QWERTY keyboard into a piano, and that's a start. And you can tinker with that for free, and just be like, this is so awesome, and then learn that it's $10 at some crappy little thrift store to get an embarrassing keyboard that at least has long keys this time instead of ASDF, etc. And maybe you've got more money than that, or you're just too embarrassed to have that kind of thing in your life. And you learn that it's a couple of $100 to have something that's decent. And the thing about these sorts of dreams is, don't dream big, because you don't know if your dream is just this adorable notion or if it's something that really will connect. And you don't know that until you try. You just can't. So don't spend big. I was interested in the piano for the longest time. I had a little organ when I was a kid. and I learned to play a bit of, I think it's pronounced Furlise, and that song has haunted me for decades now. And I don't even know what happened to that organ. I call it an organ because it wasn't a piano. It was like an air-blown thing. I don't know how to explain what it is. I don't think they make that kind of thing anymore. I hope they don't. And later in life, much later in life, I had the opportunity to purchase a really, really nice keyboard. I mean, it's not an acoustic piano. I guess that would be the right way of saying it, yeah. And so it had like touch sensitivity, such that the harder you press, it'll actually matter for the sound. And it was an excellent reproduction of a piano-like sound, and it cost more than $1,000. And I fell in love with it, and the circumstances of my life were such that I ended up selling it. And I spent more money than I should have, and I lost more money than I should have, and maybe I should have tried harder and kept it. But if it was this small, inexpensive thing, I would care less if I had to put it down. I would care less if I tried it, didn't like it, or my priorities shifted, or something happened. If I only spent $100 or even $200, I mean, that is still quite a lot of money for a lot of stuff. But by looking at some dream and just trying a tiny, tiny bit of it, then I argue that you can learn more about what you really like, for sure, and then what you're really good at, for sure, and learn when you aren't and abandon it. Just give up. And if you can hummingbird from one of these notions to the other, something will stick. And as long as you can let go of other things that are getting in the way, you can pursue those things that you will only learn are right for you because you've tried not just it, but you've tried other competing notions, and those other things didn't win out. That one thing that you find will be the thing that speaks to you. I don't know what else I can add to that.